3:52 a.m. I wake up. 3:53 a.m. I take my mouth tape off. At 3:53 a.m. I also brush my teeth. By 3:54 a.m. I'm done brushing my teeth. Swish around some water till 3:56 a.m. 4 a.m. I go out to my balcony. 4 a.m. I sit on my balcony. I do push-ups at 4:04 a.m. It is now 4:38 a.m. where I go inside. I breathe with my nose strip on. Then I journal. It's time to journal. Then at 5:47 a.m. I dunk my head in a bowl of ice water for the first time in the day. 6 a.m. the nose strip comes off. We get ready to go work out. 6:17 a.m. finally leave my apartment. At 6:38 a.m. I run on the treadmill for way faster than you should run on a treadmill. I don't know what I'm running from, but I'm running. 6:52 a.m. finish on the treadmill. Time to go outside. 7:36 a.m. I jump into the pool. I don't touch the water until 7:40 a.m. I am suspended in midair for 4 minutes. 7:51 a.m. leave the pool. 7:52 a.m. hot tub. 8 p.m. 8 a.m. leave the hot tub. 8:23 a.m.
It's a long fucking hot tub.
8:23 a.m. I shower. 8:35 a.m. I'm out of the shower. 8:43 a.m. I eat my banana. 8:45 a.m. I rub the banana peel on my face. 8:55 a.m. I wash my face in water again. 9:06 a.m. I wash my face in cold water again. 9:15 a.m. I'm on a business call. We gotta make that shit at least 10K. 9:17 a.m. My faceless woman in my video makes me food. 9:25 a.m. She feeds me the food. 9:26 a.m. I'm ready to go.
I wake up at 2 p.m. and I lay in bed for 10 hours.
Welcome back to Oh That Reminds Me.
My name's MadJad_.
And my name is Ashton Hall.
And I, for some reason, got scared that I was streaming for some reason and not recording. But we're okay. This is a recording.
Yo, what's up, chat? Yo, Mr. Beast, thanks for the 100 subs. Appreciate it.
Let's go. New sub goal. New sub goal.
New sub goal. What's the new sub goal? For those that don't know. Obviously, I know.
You know what? You say it.
At 20 more subs, Mckenzie will... she's gonna become an apiarist for a stream.
What the fuck is that?
A bee person that keeps bees.
Why do you know that?
I don't know why that's the first thing that came to my mind. I was trying to think of something funny and then I couldn't do it. And I was like, yeah, she's gonna become an apiarist.
Technically speaking, my next sub goal is going to be playing Super Smash Bros. With chat.
Ooh,
yes,
that sounds...
I'm becoming a Nintendo streamer.
Yeah, I can tell, but only for money. Only for pay.
More like Whale wants to do it, so I'll just take his money.
Listen, I'm all for, stream whatever, and I'll be there, I'll observe. That might be one of the most horrible experiences of gameplay that you'll ever experience.
That's why I need the money. I need to pay.
EU ping to Canada ping playing Smash online. That's gonna be something.
Plus, it's against Whale.
Yeah, that's gonna be an experience for sure.
That's why I need money for therapy. Anywho, how are you doing today, John? How was your week? Long time no talk. Guys, this is the rare occurrence. We have spoken twice this week. This is the second time.
Yeah, but it's still only for content. You still don't talk to me because you're my friend.
I have 2 more weeks of school. If you want to write my essay, you can write my essay.
Yeah, my week's been pretty good.
And we have completely lost connection from John. So, this is awkward. I can't hear you. Anywho. that like perfectly timed out when he stopped talking. His PC is blue screened. Well. Hi, chat. Hi, audio listeners. How you been? How you doing? I have recently been reading The Sunrise of the Reaping, and it's the new Hunger Game book. I mentioned it last podcast. And it's been a week since it came out, and like technically it is only 400 pages. So like a normal person, like, reads it all in like one sitting, but I am not a normal person. I'm a slow as fuck reader, and I want to really enjoy the book, you know? I only get one Hunger Game book every few years whenever the world goes to shit, because that's whenever Suzanne Collins is like, new Hunger Games. But so far, it's very, very good. The last names are seeming a little familiar. I'm not going to do any spoilers, because I haven't even gotten to the part where they play in the Hunger Games yet, but I am enjoying it so far. I mean, I do love the Hunger Games, which makes me always question, like, am I the issue? Am I at the Capitol, people? But it's been a lot of fun to read. I feel like it's weird that I'm reading. I think I want to read all of the Hunger Games because I've only read the Songbirds and Snake. And then I'm reading this one, and then I'm gonna go read the first one, second one, third one, which technically all kind of works out because I'm doing it like in like lore order. You know, I'm going from one Lucy Gray's game, Hey Mitch's, unless like she releases, fucking I don't know. Phoenix Games, that's his name. If she does do that, though, technically, it will be the first story that's not placed in District 12, which is weird. But who cares about that? Welcome back, John.
Yeah, so earlier this week, my PC blue screened, which it hasn't blue screened in a while. It just blue screened again. Forgot about that until it happened.
Your mic just drastically changed, and you're very quiet now.
I don't. I mean,
oh, you're back. All right.
I didn't change anything. I didn't do anything. Yeah. Anyways, other than that, though, my week has been
all we heard. This is what it sounded like. So this week.
Oh, this week my PC's been my PC blue.
No. I meant like before the blue screen. Like that's what.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, but today I had a pretty eventful day because it was my oldest brother's girlfriend's birthday, and it's my oldest brother's birthday.
Roommate?
No. That's his ex-girlfriend. Jeez, keep up with the timeline.
I'm sorry.
But they're no longer roommates because he's moving in with his current girlfriend.
Okay, I was going. Can we like bring this into a topic real quick? No.
What? My brother's ex-girlfriend turned roommate and member of my family because she disowned her own family?
Yeah. If my boyfriend lived with his ex, I would be extremely uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I don't trust him. It's just, I probably don't like her. I mean, I don't like his exes.
Have you ever spoken to them?
No.
Then you can't say that.
No, I don't like him. But at the same time, everything that happened led him to me. But still, I don't like them. I wouldn't like the scenario. Would you be comfortable if your girlfriend was roommates with their ex?
I don't know. I feel like it'd have to depend on this. It'd be very like situational thing.
Let's say,
because like it could just be completely because like off of a trust thing. I feel like you should trust your significant other enough that like anything's gonna happen.
But I trust him. I don't trust her.
Like what could she do?
I don't know.
Exactly. Like
brainwash him, drug him, kill him in his sleep.
Okay, I think you're overreacting a bit there. I don't know. I mean, yeah, obviously it's not a great scenario, but
overreacting.
I don't think it's that bad.
You don't know what women are capable of.
But yeah, so it's my brother's girlfriend's birthday today, and my brother's birthday. That brother is in 2 days, so we went
Happy birthday.
We went to like a car show sort of thing. I was expecting it to be like a lot of people bring cool car and show off their cool car. It was more so like you get to see all of the brand's new cars. So I was looking at like the 2025 versions.
You love
of
cars.
All of the brands. I found a nice normal car.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about like I mean I care about looks a little bit, I guess, but I just want something that's got like good gas mileage, you know?
Oh, so you're buying a car.
I mean, eventually, yeah. Are you not eventually buying a car as well?
Yeah, but like So much
It's like
work.
it's nice to look at them and know what's
No.
going on.
It stresses me out too much. I'm good. However, this convo made me think about looking at my bank account, and I got paid for work. Yay!
Nice.
Oh, and now I need to pay my credit card.
Um.
Oh, that money from work's gone now. Bye bye.
So yeah, we went to that, and then afterwards we went to this restaurant where I tried a fat sandwich, and it was freaking delicious.
Yes, I saw this. Wait, is this the one you put in the thingy?
Yep.
I
In a
witnessed
food
this
review.
sandwich, and let me tell
Mhm.
you, what in the America did you eat?
So the sandwich that I got, it was a cheesesteak, and then inside of the cheesesteak there was chopped up chicken tenders and mozzarella sticks, and it was fucking delicious. Oh my god, that's what freedom's all about.
This looked like the most. Well, first of all, keep in mind, I don't like cheese.
Yeah. So you won't like this.
Because we have a food review channel in our Discord, and
Mhm.
I look, and I'm actually might throw up from looking at it. It's bread,
I think it
and then
looks
just
fucking beautiful.
deep fried something in a sandwich with cheese
What do you
gooey
mean?
out of
What do you
it.
mean deep fried something?
What is the mozzarella stick? Isn't it deep fried?
Yeah,
Like,
but it's not deep fried
what is
something.
the
It's like,
outside of the
cheese.
mozzarella stick?
yeah, it's just fried cheese.
The outside is cheese?
No, it's just like, I mean, it's like
Yeah.
breading, I guess. I
Okay.
think, maybe.
I don't just deep fried breading
Yeah.
with bread.
Cheese,
Then is that beef?
bread.
That's steak?
Steak.
And then chicken
yep,
on
it's
top?
a cheesesteak. Yep, and then chicken on top.
And then like the bottom layer has like more cheese?
Cheese, yeah, for the cheesesteak.
Like, but like when you eat it, don't you like, that's so many different things. And then isn't like
Yeah.
the the cheese, the mozzarella sticks kind of like greasy?
I mean, not greasy, really. I don't know.
Anyways, I'm a
I just-
hater,
I wasn't-
personally.
I wasn't dissecting the
no hate
feelings
to
in my
you.
mouth.
You just
I
know
was just.
I'm very picky.
Oh yeah,
and
no,
this-
I'm aware this does not appeal to everyone, and this is a fucking heart attack of a sandwich, and it could only exist in America. This would kill a Victorian child.
Yes. Extreme. Yes.
But it was a great time. Let me tell you that.
I'm happy that it was a great time because oh my god,
But-
I would have to be paid a lot of money to eat that. Like at least $1 million.
No, that's not true.
I would not eat that for $10,000.
That's ridiculous.
I will throw up.
$10,000 is a crazy amount of money.
And I
50,000.
wouldn't. Okay, that'll do it.
Yeah, okay. We're nowhere near $1 million.
Yeah, but like I was just hoping that someone would offer it for me to $1 million. So like, I was just like,
if I win the lottery, I'm putting the sandwich in front of you and I'm saying $10,000 and I'm seeing if you're serious or not.
See, but like like when you get like when you're like arguing about wages, like you're supposed to like highball it and like yeah. That's what I was doing. I was like 1 mil.
Yeah, you going to pawn shops and it's like, oh, how much do you want for this like Pokemon card? And you're like $10 trillion. It's like no, you're not supposed to highball by like that much.
But what else have you done for the birthday?
I had an even better experience after then because then we went back to my brother's girlfriend's house, which my brother is moving into. And while my family helped my brother move in, well, my mom and my dad, I guess, helped my brother move in and like move some of his furniture and stuff, I got to play VR for the first time in my life. I have never put a VR headset on. I have always wanted to. I would have had the experience one time in high school because it was like my friend's cousin's birthday or something, and they went to a VR cafe for it. But the day that happened, I was homesick from school, so I didn't get the invite.
Damn. No.
And then, it should never happen again.
Yeah, and you could have had that happen at Natalie's house or my house.
No one offered. I
thought you've been in a VR headset.
I don't want to be the one.
I
don't want to be the one to like ask, but it's like no one offered. And
what VR headset were you in?
I got to experience the PSVR 1 and 2.
Oh.
Both
What the fuck is that?
volumes of the PSVR. It's the PlayStation VR headset. She had a PlayStation 5 and she had the PSVR and the PSVR 2.
Now, go ahead.
I was gonna say very annoyingly. So the PSVR 2 is like the newer one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it.
Well, when we figure out what happens with his VR, we'll have a quick word from our sponsor. Hey, funny seeing you here. Have you ever felt confused? Not knowing what's happening on the internet? Why is John putting banana peels all over his face? Well, let me tell you. Come every single Tuesday onto whatever platform you listen to. Oh, that reminds me to learn about our pop culture pussy segments where we'll tell you all about the hot, juicy gossip and pop culture that's happening all around the world. For example, refreshing, scrolling up. Fuck, that's about Billie Eilish. Apparently Jake Paul got married. Hope he falls off a cliff. Breaking. A visibly impaired Pope Francis. Pope Francis. Actually, gonna make me cry. Live, laugh, love, Pope Francis. He's kind of chill. He kind of goofy. He kind of be built like that. We have, the New York Jets have announced that they will sell helmets full of bologna and other assorted deli meats this season. What? Okay. Sabrina Carpenter in Amsterdam wore a white and a blue outfit. Wow. And her Juno pose was a bicycle. She was riding a bicycle. I can't say that many people have tried that one. It is 13 years ago, while filming this on the March 23rd, since The Hunger Games was released in theaters. Fuck, what other news is there?
All right. Some insight. So I have been on and off suffering from PC issues for like months now. And like I'll fix whatever the problem is, but like not even know how.
Oh, wait, hold, pause.
Pausing.
Your mic is doing the weird thing where it just goes real quiet out of nowhere.
Hello?
And you're back. Continue.
Yeah, so I've been suffering from PC issues on and off for months now. I don't know what I do to fix it. I'll just like do a bunch of different stuff and then it'll fix and I don't have any problems and then it won't. And in a perfect world, I'd be able to upgrade my PC or like build a new PC, but PCs are very, very, very expensive. And I also need furniture but furniture is very expensive. I don't have a bed frame. I've been living in this house for a while now, and my room is mattress on floor, and I want a bed frame, but all the bed frames that I like are expensive and this, that, the other thing. So, I won't be building a new PC anytime soon. So if my PC could stop breaking, that'd be fucking great. Thank you for listening, PC. Anyways, as I was saying, sorry if I cut off something you were solo talking about.
I was doing an ad segment for our pop culture pussy and was finding news on Twitter that I could talk about. Did you know that the New York Hold on. I found it. The New York I scrolled to my Jets have announced that they will sell helmets full of bologna and assorted deli meat this season.
Is that real?
According to Kevin, I don't know. Will Neff just responded to it. It seemed fake as fuck, so I said,
I think it's fake because there was the New York Yankees announced that they were selling, it was like helmets of like tiramisu or some shit. And then after that, for some reason, everyone has been making like fake helmet things for other New York sports.
Oh, that reminds
me. I don't know why.
We're going to be releasing a helmets full of pussy.
Yeah.
It's going to go crazy. Anywho, back
Um,
to our original conversation, which was about what were we talking about?
like I was saying, PSVR. Um, for some reason, if you want to play PSVR 1 games, you need to use the PSVR 1. And if you want to play PSVR 2 games, you need to use the PSVR 2. So you need both headsets if you have the games. You can't just use the newer, better one, which was like kind of weird. Um, but I played a large selection of games to experience it. And let me tell you, I know I just talked about not wanting to spend money on my setup, and I won't be spending money on this, but I need a VR headset so bad. VR
Um,
is sick.
so I one have a MetaQuest 2. I have also took a VR class in school, and I also work where we have access to the MetaQuest 3. Now, I don't like Meta. Fuck Meta. But the MetaQuest 3 is
What did Mark do?
extreme. I don't know. Something. He has money. We must hate. The MetaQuest 3 is the newest quest that just came out, and we have like 10 of them at work. And let me tell you, that shit is so light. One second.
Hold it.
It is so light, and because like did you have that issue where like your cheeks kind of started to hurt from the weight of it?
No.
Okay, I don't know this PlayStation.
But
shit.
also I also have a way bigger head than you. That's like way
That's
more
a fair
built,
argument.
So
Like with the MetaQuest 3, it feels like it's not even there, and
That's
there's
sick.
built-in sound, and it's just like the quality of the cameras, because like it has like these 3 black lines in the front, and it's all like, because when you put on the MetaQuest 2, like you see like a really grainy, like grayed out image of what's surrounding you when you like step out of the zone, or if you're just
sorry, I was gonna say the PSVR 2 also I get like a grayscale image of the world around me
Yes.
before I start a game.
So, but with MetaQuest 3, it's like looks like you're like like you're looking through your camera, and it's all colored. Like it's like surprisingly, like I don't know when like the year different came out, but you can tell like how much it has improved. My boss actually just went to a convention in Texas, and apparently they had like a whole like simulation that they went through. So can I ramble on for his thingy?
Yeah.
So I don't believe it's a MetaQuest. He didn't recognize what VR headset it is, but VR, the whole thing is about being like immersed, you know? What you don't want to feel like you're in a headset. They want you to feel like this is your real life. And it's kind of hard to like experience when like you're wearing a heavy chunky kind of thing.
Yeah.
But for my boss, he went to this experience where he basically like he walks in and he's welcomed by a woman in a white coat. And then he sat down in these like chairs, and they also have the body thingies where like you feel the vibrations.
Oh, like haptic suits?
Yes, exactly. And this whole thing was kind of based on how conversion therapy works.
Okay.
Like he wasn't going through conversion therapy, but it's based off of like how they used to do that. Which we do not support conversion there. I want to specify that real quick. So he like gets sat down. He's in this chair, and he gets like locked in. He has the suit on. He has the headset on, and like it's this white room with a bright shining light. Like that's what he sees last, and then he puts a headset on, and the next thing he sees in the headset is the bright light, and then you hear audio talking about the white coat scientists who he saw when he actually entered, and then they would show images, and like they would like press, or like they wouldn't actually shock them, they would like press on like it to be like, oh, this is bad,
like haptic sensors or whatever.
And then it would like stop doing it. And he was saying that the tech of it was probably the most immersed he's ever felt in VR. One sec.
Yeah, no. So the entire thing with VR is like I've never used it, but I've always been like
today
really,
has
really...
been so many great this podcast episodes are great so far, guys.
I've always been really interested in it, but the one thing of like when I first put on the PSVR 2 headset, right? I started like giggling like a kid, and I got really giddy because it just reminded me of Ready Player One, and like that's my dream
Your
is for
dream
Ready Player
is
One to just
Ready Player
exist.
One?
Yeah, like that world, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
not the real world. The real world in the universe of Ready Player One sucks ass. But the whole like there's kids who go to school in the Oasis. You can like play games, you can do everything. You just live your life in the Oasis, and it's like a fully immersive like VR meta reality. And they've got like the haptic suits and gloves, and they've got like treadmill things or like wires that can hold you up, so you're actually like running, and then you're running in the universe. Like that is my dream. Unfortunately, we're using um our resources and technology to make like NFTs and crypto and stuff. And we're not fully focusing on the VR aspect of it, but the jumps in
Yeah.
VR have been pretty sick.
Because what I was going on about that was just it's very cool to see how people are using VR and how they're making this whole thing be more immersive.
Mhm.
Like the experience happened way before you actually even put on the VR headset. So I I don't know. I feel like it'll still be a few years till we actually like open up the wonderful VR headset,
Mhm.
put it on, and feel instantly in the world. Like that is
Well,
still
that
very rigged. I remember one time we were just playing around with the VR headsets recently, and my friend was like, "Oh, it's Sabrina Carpenter," and I put it on, and she's like in VR chat. There's a kid screaming, and then Sabrina Carpenter's Coachella set is playing, and I'm like, "What is happening?"
um that's about the like immersion thing. There's this what's it called, Last of Us experience that happened. That was like a prototype of Sony technology where obviously it's a lot easier to achieve like maximum immersion in things that are a lot more scripted than like just free reign, like put on VR headset and do whatever you want. You know what I mean? But they're working on this technology using like LED screens and stuff like that with sensors and this, that, the other thing, so that without even needing a VR headset, you basically will be able to go through walkthrough experiences that have smell sensors that will like emit different scents when stuff happens, and like you'll point your gun at like a screen or like a flashlight, and then your light will actually appear in the like game sort of experience that they have going on, and you can fight like the zombies in Last of Us without even like putting the
But
headset on.
like
So stuff like that is also really cool.
I have another Quest too. Like it's my dad's technically,
Hmm.
and we've had it for a few years. But I've just never been like, you know what? I want to put on a VR headset. He bought like the Star Wars game. To this day, I still haven't
Hmm.
played it. Um,
Yo, I
oh my
if
god.
I actually owned a VR headset, I would play it so much. It's not even funny. Cause like already, so I played what like
Apologies. My mother was telling me dinner is ready, and then I went, "Hey, mom, I'm doing my podcast." She went, "Oh shit."
I played four different games on the PSVR. It was two PSVR one games and two PSVR two games. I started out with a classic Job Simulator, and I'd like seen Job Simulator played before, but I've never actually like played it, right?
Mm.
And that's the one where I immediately got like super super giddy because like I put the headset on and I was going through the calibration, and the calibration of the PSVR 2 is super sick because I don't know what it's like with the MetaQuest. But so PSVR 1 is like there's a camera on top of the TV that looks down at you, and then it uses like sensor controllers, almost like Wii kind of, and it just like puts the experience in your headset. But the PSVR 2 is works, I guess, kind of like the MetaQuest with like augmented reality and stuff. So there's cameras actually on the outside of the headset. And so to map out the play area, I looked around the room and it was like showing me the room, obviously. But then it put an actual overlay showing exactly like what it's mapped out. So then I knew which areas that I had to look in that it like hadn't mapped yet. So I got to look in the room and watch as it like scanned the room and mapped out like what was where the couch was, where this, that, the other thing was. Um, and then I could adjust the play area even more manually. And then right as I jumped into Job Simulator, it went from like I can see everything around me to boom, I'm like fully surrounded by this game. And again, I've never done anything VR. So for me to immediately be like completely in this like job simulator game, and I look down and like my hands are in VR. You know, like they don't have
Yeah.
perfect hand tracking, obviously, but like holding up the controllers and like seeing my hands and like when I press you don't even have to press down the buttons, but they have sensors on all of like the buttons and stuff. So when you like touch the buttons with even slightly a little bit more force, not even pressing it down, like the fingers will move. So you can like I was making like thumbs ups and like pointing around and stuff. And just like looking around and being able to see like a
Oh,
different
that
world.
picked
And
up. That was
then
my ankle. I don't
damn,
know.
what the
Yeah. I just moved my foot.
um but like being able to look around and being in a different world, and then also obviously there's like a certain restrictive area that you have to stay to, but being able to walk or crouch down, like look under something and it actually do it in game and be fully mapped out, like that's crazy to me. I was geeking out. um
The PlayStation VR 2 Core is around $550. I think, yeah,
Damn.
Canadian, and the Meta Quest 3 is $679 Canadian.
Yeah, like I'ma just pray. I'ma tell like everyone in my family tree for Christmas to just like get me a VR headset or something.
The
Like I'll
nice
pitch in.
thing, like the thing about the MetaQuest though, which is a little annoying, is that you have to buy the games through MetaQuest. Like that's
Hmm.
one thing. We have one at school. I think it's a Vivo, but that works through Steam, so I can just buy the games on Steam, and that's how you
Oh.
also. Oh, Vivo is not the right name because that's a music company. VR. Vivo, but it's VIVO. Yes. No, it's VIVE.
Vive.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Um,
used to be HTC Vive. I guess they're
and
just
yeah,
going by
that's a
Vive more now.
$1,000 right now.
Yeah, yeah, that cuz like here's the thing too is VR obviously like yeah, $500 is expensive for like the MetaQuest and stuff like that, but it's a lot more um what is it? Uh a lot easier to access than I would have previously thought, because the only people I know, like I knew one person who was like really into VR. I used to team with him when I played Siege. We weren't necessarily friends, but like we were on the same team, and like I had spoken to him a few times, right? And he had like a multi-$1,000 setup with like sensors around his room, like this, that, the other thing, one of those crazy expensive headsets, like all of that so that he could get like full body tracking and like crazy shit like that. I don't like yeah, obviously that would be super sick to experience, but I was even just with a PSVR 2 like mind blown.
Yeah, I feel like it's so much money right now, but it's
Mhm.
not at the quality it needs to be to invest into it.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna get like I said, the Quest 2 to Quest 3 is so different already, and that's only
Mhm.
like when is this? Quest
It's a 3-year gap, I think.
it's a okay.
The Quest 2 was 2020, the Quest 3 was 2023. I think I looked it
Um
up earlier.
no, I thought the Quest 3 came out this year.
Meta Quest 3 release date 2023.
Yeah. And then yeah,
The Meta
experts
Quest
expect
3S
MetaQuest
came out
4 to be
2024.
released at the end of 2026. They already think that the
Mhm.
fourth one is going to come out.
That's
So go ahead.
I was gonna say that's something that's cool is like something that I feel like is missing from gaming now is like when we were kids, the game I was playing on like PS2, then the jump to Xbox 360, then like intergenerational jumps, and then like Xbox 360 to Xbox One, etc. Like I remember the leaps being so big, like graphically and like what could be done on the games. You know what I mean? Like all
Mm.
of the mechanics and what the systems and games were capable of doing. The leaps got like bigger and bigger and bigger, and it feels like gaming has kind of hit this like not stalemate, but it's slowed down heavily where we're not making those crazy jumps anymore. And it's like from the like RTX 4090 to like the 5090. It's like, yeah, there's a decent jump there, but there's nothing unless you're using it for like crazy high resolutions or working with it just for regular like casual gaming experience. There's no there's nothing to like use all of that power for, you know. There's no like crazy jump that's happening. But VR, it feels
Yeah.
like there are these jumps where it went from VR was like I said, the PSVR 1 is like camera on you, and it's almost kind of like a Wii sort of thing, which I think that was on the PS4 too. But now VR's gone from sort of that experience to where it's mixed with the augmented reality. Like there's cameras on the other side of the headset, sort of like the Apple Vision Pro, you know what I mean? Augmented reality where like you can see
Yes.
around you. And with the Apple Vision Pro, like
Oh,
you can just start throwing up screens around you.
yeah. No, apparently my boss also did the Apple VR headset, and
Hmm.
he said that the quality of the images were insane. He was so impressed with how clear everything is. And because you aren't holding anything, you do feel more immersed cuz you actually
Hmm.
like you just have
You
to
just
like
use your hand
touch your
gestures.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just feel like it's going to change so much that it's like what's the point of investing right like
Hmm.
for one right
Investing
now
right
when it's
now.
gonna be a better one in like a few years? Like, yeah, it's gonna like, and also that one's gonna get cheaper in a few years, the one that you
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
So it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
but you know what's
once we
really? Oh,
reach
go ahead.
I was gonna say once we reach Ready Player One levels of like I can buy a full body haptic suit and stuff like that, then I'll invest.
But one thing that's really nice though about like when we were young and everything going back, like getting better and better is going back. I fucked up the thing. Going back and enjoying games, as that's what I
Hmm.
did this week. And I played a game I've never played before, which is
Well, yeah,
Pokemon.
you don't even necessarily like go back and enjoy a game you used to play. You are visiting something that I feel like was such a big part of so many people's childhood and just wasn't part of yours.
No, I mentioned this before, but hypothetically, my uncle would give me cards that had like 100 games on it. And
Hmm.
none of them had, or at least not from my knowledge, had Pokemon, so I never played it. But I did play a lot of Mario and a lot of Cooking Mama. Let me tell you. And I had a game where you had to like rock it back and forth for a baby and take care of the baby. It was great. But I've never
Uh,
played Pokemon, and I played Pokemon for the first time a few days ago. And let me tell you, it's pretty addicting.
One, I want to go back to the VR for like 2 seconds. I'm so sorry. I just didn't
No,
get
you're
finished.
good.
The one game that I played that like was so fun and like kind of mind blowing was do you know the game Horizon Zero Dawn? I have like seen
I've
it, heard of it.
heard of it.
So there's like a VR version of it, I guess, and that's what I was playing, and the game was so sick. I was like physically climbing around mountains, and like I'd reach behind my back, grab my bow, and then like Katniss Everdeen type shit. Like I'd have to reach, grab an arrow, like cock back the bow, shoot. Like that game it feels crazy. It makes me want a
How
VR
long were
headset.
you in this VR headset for?
I don't even remember. I got there at like I played Iron Man on the VR one. I played some alien shooting game on the VR one, and then on the VR two I played um Horizon and Job Simulator. A couple of hours. It was it was great. I do have to say I was on the VR one last, so I don't know if that was a factor or if it was just using it so much, but I did start to get a little bit of a headache at the
Mm.
end of using it for many hours.
Like, so like, did you like move any of the boxes helping your brother?
No, not a single one.
Hey, that's why
I
we're there.
and we also ordered dinner because like we were originally supposed to leave before anything happened, and then it was like so late that my because my brother's girlfriend lives with her mom, so
Mm.
she was like, do we
So
want
wait,
to do
your
like
brother's moving in with her mom.
yeah and
Okay.
her
No, I can find it funnier not to include her in the scenario.
okay
Just as her mom.
um and she was like, do you guys want to do like dinner then, I guess? And so then we ordered dinner, and apparently I got told that dinner arrived. I don't remember that
Oh.
happening. I was very locked in fighting aliens. I beat some crazy alien boss. I took off my headset to turn around because everyone was watching me at one point. I took off my headset to see if everyone was still there, and they were all in the kitchen and had finished dinner. And I was like, oh, hey guys.
What
And so
happened?
yeah, they fully finished moving him and had dinner, and I was still just VRing. But yes, you played Pokemon.
Yes.
How would you rate your Pokemon experience so far? One
It
time
is
playing.
pretty good. I've had the urge to play it today again. It was a little frustrating like I knew this was gonna be a thing because that's just how like what I've seen of it is just I want to get to the fucking spot. Stop running me into Pokemon. Like I just want to get there. Like
You
let
got to
me
you got to get
walk.
you got to get repels. You got to buy them.
I
You can
ain't
like
giving this game. I want to save my money. I'm an
fair enough.
investor. But yeah, that was like one thing that was kind of annoying me. And like there's like this I'm playing Gen 2, I believe. That's what I was told. And there's so many types and it's so confusing. Like there's a normal
brother.
type as well. Oh. I know
The new game's got more. They add types as you go.
Yeah, and it's like how do I know what this like what I'm versing and how like rock is good against flying types. So I just kept thinking of like stoning the bird kind of vibe. And then
oh shit, what was it? You were fighting a rock I haven't played Pokemon in like a really long time, right? And when I did play Pokemon, I played a lot of it, but I was very casual, and that's one thing that I wish I could do with your experience. Obviously, you need like you're streaming it and you need to chat and you're gonna talk to people and stuff, but I wish I could just like bottle you and have you experience it in a completely isolated environment because I feel like it's even more fun when you do that. Because like there were certain moves where it was like your Pokemon wants to learn this move, and then like you just ask chat like what should I get rid of? Should I take this move? And they would just give you like the like try hard correct answer on what to do. But I think there's a beauty in like fully finding everything out yourself and like experiencing it. But one thing with the types that I found funny, I opened your stream and you were a grass type and you were fighting a rock and you were super effective. And I went, oh my God, it's because paper beats rock and rock, paper, scissors. And then I closed the stream and went back to work.
So let's go back there a little bit.
Okay.
Grass is paper?
No, because like if you think about it, plant make paper because paper made of tree.
But then
rock, paper, scissor, paper beat rock. Think about that. I don't know if that's actually the reason behind it.
Oh, scissors.
I see. Rock, paper, scissors. I don't know if that's actually the reason behind it.
See, like I was trying to like figure this out in my head. Like ground, no, it's not ground. Plant, because I picked a grass. What is it? Grass.
Yeah.
That beats water. Like that's like I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Like that made no. Because like I need water to survive.
I think they went like fire beat grass, obviously, and water beat fire, obviously, and then I think they just looked at the last one and was like, we have to complete the triangle.
Like it just
I don't think there was like much thought process behind that.
Fire is super effective against grass, bug, and ice and steel.
Yep.
Does that make sense? Grass, yes. Ice, yes. Steel, I guess
melt it's like melting the steel,
bug?
you know. Shit, put a lighter up to a fucking caterpillar and tell me what happens.
Okay, water is super effective against fire. Makes sense. Ground and rock.
Yeah, you like weather down the rock, or like you weather down the ground into like mud, you know.
Grass is super effective against water, rock, and ground. I don't get the ground. Does it grow on it then? Like, and like, what's the difference between rock and ground?
Rock is rock, ground is ground. I mean, like, I don't know how much.
But is the ground not rock?
Not always. Sometimes ground is
such a long
dirt.
List. Fairy is super effective against dragon, fighting, and dark.
Yep.
What the fuck is?
Welcome to Pokemon. This is another reason why, like I said, in a bottle experience, because like when I was a kid, man, I don't know the matchups, and you just like don't need to. Almost like you can just have fun on it. You know what I mean? And so like I'm glad. So far, it doesn't seem like your experience has been bad, but I'm just glad. And like it seems like the only things people are saying to you are helpful things, but I don't know. Pokemon is just a very like, or can be a very like try hard environment of, and be very judgy on like, you're doing the wrong thing, you're doing the wrong this, you're doing the wrong setup. I mean, Pokemon even gets crazier. Do you know what EVs are?
They had it in Pokemon Go, didn't they?
I have no idea. I didn't play Pokemon Go really.
You
other than-
haven't played Pokemon Go?
when it like launched, I played it, and then one time I was walking and playing it, and a poisonous caterpillar fell on my neck and like gave me hives and started closing my throat, and I almost died. So I never played it again. Um, Pokemon EVs are like
No wonder you don't like
stats
bugs.
are stats that like they're like hidden values. I think I don't know if you can see them in game, but they're basically stats that like each Pokemon you catch won't like if I get a level 5 Pikachu and you get a level 5 Pikachu, their stats will be different, like their HP, attack, defense, stuff like that will be different, their speed because of EVs. And so there's like try hard Pokemon people who like make sure to max out their EVs and like get Pokemon with like good EV values and shit. Like it can get super super sweaty and try hard. But I like
Yeah.
make Pokemon fight and beat Jim
I
and
don't. I think
become
that they
champion.
slowly. I've again only have played. I'm playing Soul Silver right now. Haven't played anything else. It feels like it's getting a little bit of a money grab vibe. Like I feel like it's just getting a little bit too much, and maybe that's.
To me, and this could just be me, and I know it's just me because there's a lot of Pokemon fans who still love the game. The game's ended at Black and White.
Would you say it's a money grab now?
Those are the a lot of the generations, yeah. I think a lot of the generations looking from the outside in, there haven't been many reasons for them or any like jumps. The quality has gone down.
Yeah, I don't like this like plastic smooth ass new Switch Pokemon game.
Yeah,
vibe.
it's because like I wish they just kept it as like Pokemon Black and White starts to get like a little 3D. I wish they just went back to the like sprites and stuff of the old generations because it's just got like a cute aesthetic to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what's it called? Yeah, for some reason they're trying to do this like big 3D thing while also keeping the cartoon aesthetic sort of. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it. It doesn't appeal to me. I'm also like sure they look cool, but I'm not a big fan of like the gimmicks either. There's like mega evolutions. Those have been a thing for a while now. Um but I don't know. I prefer just like classic Pokemon. It's just more my speed, more my thing. And if you like the new stuff, you can like the new stuff, and that's fine.
Now, I wrote in the topics channel the word Shrek on the
Nope,
18th.
nope. Try again.
Did I not write Shrek?
You wrote in the topics channel the word shirk.
How do you spell Shrek? What?
With the R before the E.
Oh, but I wrote this last Tuesday, and
Yeah.
I remember it being about a TikTok.
Okay.
I just don't remember anything else. I feel like the question was, what do you think Shrek does now? It's been a few years.
Was
like,
it a question about the new Shrek movie? Because there's like that teaser for the new Shrek movie.
Yeah, no, it like involved that, but like it wasn't like direct. Oh, that's what it was. What do you think Shrek 5 is going to be about?
What do I think it's gonna be about? Probably knowing companies nowadays and how unfunny things can be, it'll be like Zendaya, who's Shrek's daughter. I don't know, she like fucking gritties and stuff, and is like she loves Skibbity Toilet, and I don't know, like Shrek's got to stop it or something. The Shrek teaser, they like acknowledge Shrek memes in the teaser, and
yes.
I said it was funny when it came out, but I didn't mean like it's funny as in the movie is gonna be funny. Wow, they're doing like a good job at this. I meant like it's fucking crazy that this is what they did with it, where like he's scrolling the Magic Mirror TikTok and watching Gmod videos of himself twerking. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, he had 3 kids, now he has 1 kid. Donkey's still around. Fiona's still around. Are Shreks now, like, accepted in the
like,
Shrek
world.
universe?
Mhm.
Do they hate Shreks? Did they end off with it being accepted?
I can't even remember Shrek 4, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So I'm just
Not gonna
like
lie.
confused on what.
One thing this brings up very well on like sequels that don't need to happen, Shrek 5, Toy Story 5. I got a TikTok. I've never watched the original one, so I can't really talk on this. And I don't know if you've seen the original one, but apparently Disney's making a Coco 2.
Oh, I heard that they're gonna make an Encanto too.
They're apparently making a Coco 2. It's like in development. But can we make Okay, here's the problem. I say, can we make original stuff? But then I also don't go out and watch any original Disney Pixar. Maybe we're just grown up and it's not for adults. Like, I don't know.
But they made an
it doesn't,
Encanto, and
like-
Encanto was good.
I guess, yeah, Encanto was good. You know what? 2021, that's new enough. Can we just make good new IP? Do we have to milk everything for everything it's worth? Do we have to make a Coco 2? Do we have to make a Toy Story 5? We do have to make another Cars movie, please. I'm begging. Yeah. Do we need a Shrek 5? I don't think so.
Now, do you like the live actions though? Because that's one thing that has came out this week is Snow White, the live action Snow White with Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot.
Fuck Gal Gadot.
And I haven't seen it personally.
I've
And
also not seen it.
my dad's favorite princess is Snow White.
Mm-hmm.
My dad loves Snow White. Bro does not shut up about Snow White. I've heard about Snow White so much. I have a photo of me as a little kid in a Snow White outfit. I remember when I went to Florida. There's like a bench. Did you see this when you were in Florida at the airport? There's like a bench that has Snow White sitting there. It's probably gone.
I don't think I saw that.
Sad day. But yeah, so my dad loves Snow White, but he will probably hate the live action one because they did change the plot. I don't know why Rachel Zegler gets a lot of hate. I think that she is an amazing actor, an amazing actress. She's in what's it called? No, I know that the first one she was ever in. West Side Story. She was in West Side Story,
yeah.
and then she was in Shazam, and then she was in The Hunger Games, and now she's in Snow White. And let me tell you, Hunger Games, I think, is the only movie.
Looking at her lineup, bro, she got shafted.
Yeah,
wow.
No, she got very.
She's in West Side Story, great reviews. Then she's in Shazam.
No. So West Side Story was supposed to come out, I think, in 2020, and got delayed to 2021. And within that, because she was 18, she got hired. She was hand chosen by Steven
Spielberg.
Yeah, I think so. I could be wrong.
One of the goats of directing. He did direct a movie, indeed.
But then her co-star apparently had very bad things come out about him.
Fuck Angela
Elgort.
Elgort.
That made his thing. This is not her. Why is it showing me a blonde lady?
No, the movie still has good reviews. No.
Yeah, apparently it's good, but apparently that also hurt.
Looking at Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 91% certified fresh from critics and a 93% from audience. But then she goes to Shazam, which is not good.
No.
Then she goes to Hunger Games, which
is good. We're supposed to watch it, but then I fell asleep today, and then I also forgot I have work today, and then I went to work today, and then I also forgot I had an appointment today. But we'll watch it with that. It's not
necessarily a critic movie, but it's a big fan movie, and a lot of people love it.
Well, people aren't really the most happy with it if you read the books, because it's not they took out a lot of it.
You're finally becoming one of these people. Let's go.
No. Personally, I love the movie. It's
okay.
I fuck with the movie a lot. So.
Then she's in Y2K, which no one ever has to watch. It looks horrible.
Is that out?
I don't even know if it's out, but it's got horrible.
2024,
December 6th,
4.9 out of 10.
Again, shafted, horrible movie. Then she's in Spellbound,
which is an animated film.
I don't even know what this is. A Netflix animated movie
with a 48%.
Yeah, it seems like not really reviewed well. And now she's in live action Snow White. She is not.
Like,
Whoever her manager is needs to like be fired.
like she is a very good actress, and she's also an
Mhm.
amazing singer, and she gets so much hate. And one of the big things that she got hated on this for Snow White was that during like the Disney Expo, she had an interview, and she was like, it's not 1908 whatever the fuck it came out anymore. The princess doesn't have to be saved by the prince, she's a strong independent, like, the
By the way,
people
Snow
were
White.
not fan with Snow White being too woke.
I know you're just picking a number in the 1930s, but I remember.
It's the
I feel like
first ever princess movie.
yeah, Snow White was the first ever princess movie, and I've actually watched the original Snow White for that reason because I went through a mini like Disney history phase. Um, released
Not
in
because it's
19
iconic. No.
released in 1937. Well, remember we were supposed to go to Disney, and so then I was watching a bunch of Disney like park videos, and then I made a list of every Disney movie that's at the parks, and I was gonna watch every single one. And then I watched Snow White, and I didn't watch any more, and then we didn't go to Disney. So
Yeah, we'll go to
actually,
Disney
that's a
one
lie.
day.
That's a lie. I watched a Goofy movie.
Interesting.
Anyways,
You
that is
listen to
nothing.
There's a song that the Dancing with the Stars danced to that was from the Goofy movie.
I'll have to watch that. Anyways, all of that to say, I am not a fan of the live action.
Now, have you seen it?
Movies. I've not seen it.
Oh, just
I'm
in
saying
general.
in general.
Never mind, sorry.
Yeah. Because we were talking about like should sequels happen, and I said mostly no, and then you asked if I was a fan of live actioning. A perfect example of this that actually really shaped my opinion was How to Train Your Dragon, which isn't out yet, right? And I am I was kind of excited about the live action just because like I don't know, I think it could be pretty cool,
I think
right?
that the one thing with
And
How to Train Your Dragon that's good is that it's by the actual director.
well, that's one thing I was going to bring up is
sorry.
it's by the original director, but the reason the original director did it because he got asked was because he said they were going to do it anyways, so I'd rather it be done right and with me than it be done with someone else, which I heavily respect from him, right? But I think in a world where he gets to make the decision, he probably doesn't make a live action version of it, right? Um, and I remember the trailer for it came out, and I remember seeing a tweet, and like I don't know, it just kind of made me like open my eyes where they pointed out that like okay, the original creator's doing it, so it's the exact same plot, and most of the lines are like the exact same lines, even right. So now we're just releasing a movie that's already been done before, but no offense to the actors in the movie. I'm sure you guys are great in your own right, but the original How to Train Your Dragon is so iconic that like now this new one is like, okay, we're just releasing the same movie but with a worse performance. And it's live action for no reason. Like it just feels like a waste of time and resources when we could be making new movies, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like, I back to Snow White. Why the fuck did they do her hair like that?
Snow White live action images. Yes, I mean it's not. I mean it's not great.
For anyone who doesn't know, she got like the worst bob there has been.
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah, it's not great for sure.
It's rough. And then another complaint is that Rachel Zegler, like I said, amazing singer, and she has a really good vocal range, but the director or someone at Disney didn't make it very because like Snow White's very opera. It's very high whistle kind of vibe, but they've modernized it more for her to sing like chiller, like I don't know exactly.
Nah, I get what you mean. I was gonna say one of the worst parts about the movie existing, or like one of the big reasons why it's flopping too, is because it feels like it appeals to no one. Because like you said, like they made it kind of like modernized or whatever, right? But no one was asking for that. And then not to get political here, but there's a big side on the right that are saying that they made Snow White woke, so they're not gonna watch it. But then diehard people on the left don't like Gal Gadot,
exactly,
so they're not going to watch it. So there's literally like no market for the movie.
And then it's people are also mad about the CGI use on the dwarfs and getting like with like how many dwarfs are there?
The Seven Dwarves,
Oh,
I believe.
damn. I
I
didn't
believe
know
it's
that.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Yeah.
But like they took the opportunity from 7 people, like
Oh
little
yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
who could have had that.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I don't like apology. I only know one little person who's in my family and I'm not that close to her. And
Mm-hmm.
she what's it called? I don't think they like the stereotype of being a dwarf
Yeah.
or so like it's like a weird ground, I feel like, for people to
Yeah.
approach it and be like, you can be a dwarf in the 7 dwarfs, but like at the same
I
time,
think I think
you know.
there's like no right way to approach that because yeah, you're right. There's like there would be people mad over it if they did cast little people, but then now they've also taken the job away from little people, so
Yeah.
it's like a weird spot to be in.
And then also, they only kept 3 original songs.
Oh,
Yeah, and they've
interesting.
made new songs. I know Whistle While You Work is still a part of it. Let me see what other ones. Like I'm thinking like is Hi Ho a song, like is that wait, like the Prince has a song now too?
See,
Um
this is where I'm like, we're so close to making a new thing. Why don't you don't even have to make an original like story kind of because like West Side Story, great
oh,
example.
Hi Ho is a part of it still.
West Side Story is based on Romeo and Juliet, one of like the oldest classic stories in the
Mhm.
world. You know what I mean? But in its own right, it is like an amazing. I don't know if this movie rendition of it is, but like it's an amazing like movie and like story uh that exists. You know what I mean? Like I love the original West Side Story. Just random. When I was in middle school, we used to have musical Mondays in music class where we would watch musicals, and I love West Side Story. Um, but like they're so close to doing something like that where you can just take the overall story or themes and stuff like that from Snow White and just make like a new movie of it that's live action.
Yeah.
Why make it so different but then still make it Snow White, call it Snow White, advertise it as Snow White?
Yeah, it's
It just feels
they've
like it's
just
destined to
gotten
flop.
lazy.
Mhm.
But past that convo, John, I have something to tell you.
What do you have to tell me?
I'm moving to New Zealand.
Oh?
Ha!
Is your
April
name
Fools!
Get Oh, 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 this boiled my blood the other day.
If you guys are not chronically online, you might be like, April Fools, it's March. Well, this episode comes out,
If you got
unless you're listening
if
to
you
it before
guys
that.
if you guys didn't turn 19 in Poland, then you might not understand this.
Okay, but like, also, like, next episode is actually April 1st, so like, we should like do something for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Anywho, go ahead. Take it away.
So if you don't know, Lipton tea, right? It's a tea brand. They made an announcement saying, "Rest in peach." You may have heard that our iconic peach Lipton iced tea flavor is getting discontinued. We know it hurts. Sorry if we've ruined your go-to afternoon chill bev, but don't worry, the rest of your faves are still here to keep you refreshed. And who knows, maybe one day peach will make a legendary comeback. We appreciate your understanding during this period of adjustment and apologize for any inconvenience caused. Hashtag RI Peach. Yours sincerely, Lipton Iced Tea Team. Now, low key, this feels like they reheated Duolingo's nachos, but
That's
they
what
don't
I was
have.
literally gonna say. I swear that they just wanted to copy Duolingo.
Yeah, but they don't have like a mascot, so they just said they're discontinuing a flavor. Um,
Yes.
the problem with this and not being known as a brand that's like joking around or having a mascot to kill off and just saying you're getting rid of a product is then people are mad that you're discontinuing a product, especially one of your most popular ones, right?
Yes. Which I didn't know that this was so popular. I have never in my life
I
had a Lipton tea. What, peach flavored? Like,
Yeah, peach. I'm kind of just now like entering the peach universe and becoming a peach fan, so maybe I'll check out Lipton peach iced tea. But yeah, also didn't know it was such like a big thing. But just as like an example, this is only Pop Base, which is one of like the Twitter accounts that just tweets pop news and stuff. Their
Which is
tweet about it,
basically our credentials.
yeah. Their tweet about it got 14.2 million views, right? So this went super, super viral. Now, a little bit later that day, they then clarified after a few hours and said, Peach is here to stay. Oops, is it still March? Got my dates mixed up. Thought it was April Fool's already. I'd never take away your favorite flavor, Pookies. Your love for Peach has not gone unnoticed, but I've got your back. I will be sending a surprise to the biggest fans with the biggest reactions. Yours sincerely, Let the Nice Tea Team. Now, this pissed me off because then I thought it was almost April Fool's. And then I looked at my calendar and I saw that this happened the 19th. And it was like halfway through the month. It's like not even really that close to being April. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, it feels like just begging for attention, I guess. Like
No,
I've never
they
heard
want
of
relevancy.
Yeah, I've never heard of like a viral Lipton tea campaign. Everyone knows they exist. So then they did this like scream for attention, immediately backed off when they realized that they were getting hate for it, and then are just never going to do another like viral moment again. I don't know. Just feels weird. Fair enough to the marketing team, and if it gets them more sales and stuff, whatever. But as someone who isn't really going to be influenced by this and isn't going to switch to being like a big Lipton tea fan, it just feels desperate.
Yeah, and then this caused more people to do this, right?
Yeah. I feel like that's everything on the internet. I mean, Duolingo as an example. I feel like once something goes viral, everyone reheats the nachos, and they keep reheating the nachos, bro.
Speaking of Duolingo, I downloaded Duolingo.
Oh, you got to do your daily lesson. Are you gonna say it?
No, I had to press what it was.
Do you not also practice like speaking it?
Am I supposed to?
Are you trying to speak the language?
I just want to read it.
Oh, fair enough then.
Do you know what language I'm learning?
I do.
What is this, John?
这是豆腐.
See, now if you changed it, I'm gonna sound so racist, so I hope it's not changed. You're learning Chinese.
这是豆腐.
I did. But what does it say?
这是豆腐.
Oh, I have no idea.
Give a guess. I'll give you a hint. I'm in the food and drinks category.
Run it.
这是豆腐.
Tofu.
这是豆腐.
Ah! This is tofu.
Let's go!
Now, this one's really hard. What is this?
咖啡.
I'm thinking maybe like a pineapple upside down cake, if that's an option, probably.
You're correct. It is
Let's go.
pizza. Anywho. But yes, I have decided I feel like this might be because I'm getting out of school and I need it as a repercussion. Like I need to keep learning and I feel like lost without learning. But I downloaded Duolingo. And I'm learning Chinese because if you don't know, I'm half Chinese. Now, you might be asking, Mandarin? Canto? I don't fucking know because it's just called Chinese, but I believe it is Mandarin from me and Nick going through every letter and trying to decipher it. But
I thought this was really funny the other day because I saw you say that you were learning Chinese, and I thought that was really nice and like kind of sweet because, like you said, you're half Chinese. Then I kept reading in the server, and you said, "I just want to know what I'm ordering when I get food."
yes, that's complete. Because like I'm Chinese. No one in my family speaks Chinese, but I'm very close to my Chinese side more than my white side. So I'm very like I'm also like I go to like I celebrate Chinese New Year. I go to like Chinese restaurants. I'm Chinese culture is very surrounded. So I apologize if I'm like flexing that I'm Chinese. All right, I gotta check off that box so I get I can get employed.
I'm so white. Stop
yeah.
flexing on me.
But my issue is that I look white. My mom doesn't look white. She looks Chinese. So normally they go up to my mom and they speak Chinese to her. And she's like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. So I think
Disclaimer, by
it'd
the
be really funny if I know what they're saying.
Disclaimer about that. I don't think you look white.
What the?
Like you look, you look Asian, but you don't. Like when I look at you, I don't think you're pure blood. What? Not pure blood. That feels like
Pure
that feels
blood
like I'm saying
white.
like not pure. No, I don't mean like pure. I was just using like Harry Potter terms. I don't think you're like 100% white. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've just been told, like, I've told people that I'm Chinese, and they're always like, what? So I've just, and I guess I just look white. So I don't know. I look like me to me.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
That's fucking bars.
I look
I
me.
look like me to me.
Yes, that is true and real. Now, next
Now.
question. The Simpsons?
Simpson.
Oh,
Oh,
in
that reminds
conclusion,
me.
Lipton tea. It's not April 1st. Thank
You're
you.
on thin fucking ice, bud.
Yeah. Get up to date.
The Simpsons. Dun, 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 dun. I love The Simpsons. I don't watch much of The Simpsons, but I love it
I wasn't allowed to watch The
conceptually.
Simpsons.
Speaking of things that don't have to exist but do, and we could be working harder to make other things. Wow, that was a really confusing way to introduce it. Disney Plus launched a 24/7 stream that is playing all 767 Simpsons episodes in chronological order. Now,
Well,
this is cool, I guess. I don't know. It feels like it doesn't have to exist. It's like a fun gimmick. But really what I want, and I saw other people talk about this actually in the replies of this post, and it made me feel very seen, and I'm glad that a lot of people are fighting for this, and I need it to happen someday, is shows like The Simpsons or Family Guy that yeah, there's some overarching stories between episodes, but really it's just like a lot of one-off things. You can just like toss on any episode and understand it, right? And enjoy yourselves. How has no one made a shuffle button like music? Because
oh.
like because I started watching Family Guy for the first time last year, right? I'd never seen it before. And I didn't know what season to go to, what episodes to go to. I don't know where to start. Do I just start from the start? I feel like the newer ones in shows like this where it's a lot of topical humor and stuff going on, I feel like the more up-to-date episodes can be funnier, but then also for The Simpsons, some people say like The Simpsons, for example, fell off and only these seasons are funnier, blah, 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 whatever. How has no one made an episode shuffle button where I can just go to Family Guy, go to The Simpsons, go to Futurama, go to fucking, I don't know, The Office even maybe, and just press shuffle and it tossed me to a random episode and I can just like toss it on in the background and enjoy myself?
Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know why they haven't done that.
Yeah. I think that's something we got to put our resources to.
But would it be to every would they have to have that feature to every show though? It can't be just
Yeah, but
shows,
I feel like it's maybe I'm maybe I'm being really ignorant here because I don't code fucking streaming services, so I don't really know, but I feel like it can't be that hard.
No, it's just like
we have
pick a number.
we have the tech where it's click button and it plays like I know you are on episode 6. I click button, it play episode 6. Just make that number random now and make it a new button and just make I press button and it play random number episode. Just do that. That's all I need. Also in my week,
the AI overview says that you should either do a random number generator, or you can use a website that will. It's a random screenshot feature.
Get rid of Google AI. Oh my god, please. Also something that happened this week. Speaking about shows, my weekly shows are coming to an end, and I feel void. Severance came to an end. There's going to be another season, but who knows when that'll come out. Apparently in less than 3 years, because I guess there was a 3-year gap.
Did the other one take 3 years?
Apparently there was a 3-year gap between season 1 and season 2, and Ben Stiller said it will not be 3 years.
All over again.
Severance came to an end. Sidemen Inside came to an end. They got on Netflix, which is crazy. Yeah, just all my shows are ending, and I feel sad.
Daredevil?
Daredevil actually has a 2-episode release this week and has been very good
Oh.
so far. Daredevil has been phenomenal. Can I spoil something?
Is it about the Punisher?
The Punisher is back. Oh my fucking god. And the writing in the scene when he comes back is the best writing Marvel has had in a fucking century. Oh my god, it's so good. And I was talking to Noah and Natalie about this because I watch all the episodes weekly with Natalie, and Noah's also um, very into Daredevil, and they release at night, so he normally can't watch, but he actually was up and watched last week's episode with us. Um, do you think? I know you're kind of out of the Marvel game, as am I, but do you think they're gonna take something like Daredevil, which is very like grounded in reality, and he's like street level, like
She-Hulk
superhero?
and Daredevil fucked.
Yeah, that as well.
I just wanted to remind you of that.
But we ignore that. That didn't happen. He's very like,
and then she looked at the camera and so she banged him.
Very grounded in reality and stuff like that. Are they, now that him and like Punisher, for example, now that they're like technically in the MCU, are they gonna be like in space fighting Kang? Or fuck, Kang's gone. Fighting Doctor Doom. Are they gonna be in like Avengers Secret Wars? Is this what Marvel's gonna do? Are we gonna milk everything, or do you think Marvel has the big brain and the thought already to make sure to keep them a separate entity?
No, they're gonna merge it because everyone likes them so much. It's obvious. It's Marvel. Have you not watched a Marvel thing before?
Yeah,
also, to add on to
that's
that,
what I'm scared of.
where the fuck is Moon Knight?
Dude, they just acknowledged the Celestial. You're gonna have to slow down. you're too far ahead. They just figured out the story ramifications for the Celestial. That's the problem with Marvel, which I know people have said a million times, and we've probably talked about on here, but it's happened so much. It happened with Multiverse of Madness and WandaVision. It happened with the Avengers movies and the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and stuff, where they have so many different directors and writing teams and storytellers and stuff that work on these things, to where, yeah, the overall story connects and makes sense and is fine. But when you look at it from a movie to movie level, there's a lot of someone does something and then just they go here, damn, and they pass off to the next guy, and then the next guy has to figure out what the fuck to do with it. And there's not a lot of communication between people. Like, for example, the Avengers movies brought Gamora back from the dead and just like tossed that onto James Gunn to then deal with for his movie without consulting him.
Yeah.
And like WandaVision.
Well, they also kind of killed her.
Yeah, and WandaVision and what's
White
it called?
Vision.
WandaVision
Agatha.
and Multiverse of Madness.
Oh.
It's been like confirmed and talked about so much that like, yeah, they basically wrote the same story for it, and the reason is they haven't seen the movie people didn't see the show when they were making it, so like there was no communication there. I saw this even extend past Marvel. Noah was getting really upset the other day because they're making a God of War show. And the creator of the God of War show, based on the video games, said that he hasn't played the games because he like got bored or something.
Why take
like
the
he
project?
like
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I forget what it was, but he said some shit about like he hasn't played the games, and it's like that feels like an important thing to do.
Yeah, just
if you're gonna
bit.
make the show on it. So I don't know. It just annoys me when people just like don't communicate or understand the IP that they're working on.
Yeah,
And I really
like,
hope they don't fuck up Daredevil, because they've done so well so far.
Like, I can see the argument, like, the writers are more important to know the film than, like,
The director.
Because the director can come in with a fresh pair of eyes. But, like, if it's that's like, what's it called? Until Dawn. Until Dawn,
Until Dawn
movie,
is way different.
the movie has nothing to do other than it's at dawn and they're in a cabin, apparently.
I think I kind of big brain stretched my big brain the other day, and thought, because like Until Dawn, the game is a classic like choice based game, right? And Until Dawn, the movie, is like, granted, I've watched one trailer and like read one thing about it a while ago, so I could be completely wrong on this, and I'm sorry if I'm spreading false information. But from what I know, it's like
This is
they,
your
like,
friendly reminder that we don't know anything that we're talking
Yeah.
about. Don't take anything for word, and that everything we
just-
say is hypothetical. And if you're hiring us for any job, none of it we've said is true.
we're just two friends talking to each other. From what I know, it's like
They're eavesdropping
it's
on
like
us.
it's like time reversal shit happening. You know what I mean? It's like a time loop situation. And I kind of big brained it to where I might have convinced myself that it is like the games, because when you're like playing a game or like these games, right? You can like make a decision that gets a character killed, or like your character killed or something, right? Get yourself killed. And then, you then start at the last checkpoint. What if it's kind of like that, where it's like it's showing us the the choices that they would make that would get them killed? Because when you watch a horror movie and people either have way too much intuition, or like they have way too much information and they just like do shit, or like they don't react off of information and stuff,
But
and
the
you
thing
get
is,
mad.
though, is that it's nothing like it's a completely different plot.
Yeah,
with
like
completely
story
different
wise. Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
That's like the people's argument. Like, I just searched up
Yeah,
Until
that is
Dawn
completely
movie,
different,
and this
yeah.
person's like, I apologize for the person I'll become when I witness this scene remade. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, bro, you will
That seems
not
not-
be
yeah.
witnessing that.
Yeah. And the problem is, Until Dawn is a really cool
concept.
and really good plot that could just be adapted into a movie. If they just picked one of the like choices for all of the choices that can happen, like one of the possible like storylines for a playthrough that could happen, and just made a 1-to-1 movie on it, it would be a good movie, I think.
Okay, this person said, cannot get over how they chose to have this movie take place at a Victorian house in a bright green forest, when Until Dawn, the whole extent is that it took place on a snowy mountain underground mines. Them using the
Yeah.
snow overlaid for the title when there's literally no snow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
that's
apparently,
crazy.
also, the writers claim to be a huge fan of Until Dawn. And literally, that person was like, literally do not make me laugh.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we need
Anyways, it comes out in theaters next month.
more Christopher Nolan movies. That's what I think. Everyone, I'm excited. I heard Mickey 17 is good, and I'm going to be seeing Mickey 17 hopefully next week.
I also want to see Mickey 17, but there's a sex scene. I don't want to see it with my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
I feel like that's kind of an awkward scenario to be in, personally.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of always awkward when you're in a movie theater and there's a sex scene going on. I feel like you
is
should just
it? Because when I brought that up to you going to see
about
Anora with your
Anora?
friend,
Yeah.
you thought you made me feel like a freak for saying that it was like kind of weird or uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're finally
my
admitting
reasoning, I don't know what I said last week, but I just want to see the best winning. Like, I want to see why it won.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't watch the movie. That's fine.
And there was nowhere. It's no one's streaming.
I just brought up that like I thought it would be uncomfortable, not uncomfortable necessarily, but like there's kind of like a weird vibe to seeing it with a friend, or seeing it with anyone, or just seeing it in a theater setting.
Your mother.
Well, definitely better than family. Yeah. But I'm saying like just seeing it in a theater setting, I thought was weird, and you made me. Maybe I'm overreacting, and I like overreacted at the way you made me feel. And if I rewatched it, it like wasn't that severe. But you made me feel like a freak for thinking that was weird.
You're telling me you don't, wake up at 3 a.m., put your banana peels on your face, and then go on the couch and watch porn with the boys.
That would be different than going to a movie theater and seeing Anora.
That would be different. That's more like I don't know.
No, that's not no. That's one thing. Sorry, this is the potential to get cut and be weird. I watch podcasts. You watch podcasts.
I don't know. I'm scared of where this is going now.
on Fear and sometimes you're like watching podcasts or like listening to streamers talk or something, and you're like, wow, yeah, I relate to those life experiences, right? Um, Fear and on like multiple occasions recently, I feel like has been talking about how the guys when they were like kids and teenagers and
Oh,
this that,
they
the other thing,
saw their parents'
they've all like
penises.
no, I'm not even talking about that. They've
Oh,
all talked about how
sorry, that
they
was
like
the episode I watched
they
today.
have like an experience of like jerking off with their friends. That's not did not think anyone had that experience and did not think that was normal.
As a woman, I
You
jerk off my dick all the time with my friends.
Oh, word.
Yes, it's
Okay,
just
so maybe
I need
I'm
a
the weird
whole
one for
room
not.
just for myself because of how
Mhm.
big and large
Right,
my
right,
penis
right.
is.
Mhm.
I listen to a lot of Fear and I don't really recall them mentioning this often.
It's happened twice
Maybe
in recent episode history.
I've deleted it from my brain.
Probably.
How did we get here?
You asked me
Oh,
if
Nora,
I
yes.
wake up at 3 a.m. and yeah.
Yes. I think it's really funny if we just don't explain why you wake up at 3 a.m. and put banana peels on your face and
Well, yeah,
then
it's just
ice.
like that's what I do. And if you know, listen, I'll tell you what, I turned 19 in Poland. So
What? You're 21. You know what? I said I was 20 the other day.
have you not seen the turning 19 in
No!
Poland?
I've not
Dude,
seen anything that you've mentioned.
You need to get on the internet more, bro.
I
There was like one.
I'm
Okay,
doing
so
it
this is
yesterday.
like this is the last thing I'll say. The internet moves fast. Like, if you're not on the internet for one day, you could miss something that, especially within like Stan Twitter,
That's
that
like
like you will not understand anything going on.
a thing that we missed was the bad baby and
Whoa, I did
Alabama
not miss. Damn,
I'm-
Alabama, you and with the straight got the window guys playing Alabama. The Alabama
I
Barker
missed
and
it.
Bad Baby beef is crazy. And we are tuning in. Bad Baby's dropping banger diss tracks.
When Alabama responds, has she responded?
Damn, Alabama. I don't think she's responded yet, no.
Okay, anyways, continue your spiel.
What I was saying is, internet moves fast. If you miss one day, you miss it all. There's a new saying now on Stan Twitter where I guess it was like someone like replied to a Stan account or was just a Stan account that made a tweet or something, but they said when you turn 19 in Poland, you like get tested and like have to serve or something, or like to see if you can serve. And it meant like serve in the military, right? But then people took
No,
that like
like,
serve, like, oh my god, they're
like,
serving. So
serve.
now I see clips of like Olivia Rodrigo or Sabrina Carpenter,
Oh, are they
Dua Lipa,
serving?
stuff like that, posted where they're serving, but then the caption is just like, she turned 19 in Poland. And it's like, if you were off the internet for one day, yeah, because they're serving. If you were off the internet for one day, it makes no sense.
Yeah, I did not get that.
And that's
Now-
a beautiful part of the internet.
We are a minute. Sorry, yeah, we're a minute into the podcast. We are an hour and a half into the podcast, but I do have a quick question.
Right.
Do you think Olivia Rodrigo should be shaking her ass
Yo,
on the stage, other
Okay.
than you want to see her ass?
first of all, can Louis fight? Second of all, I think.
First of all, you've always hated him.
Whoa. That is true. So me wanting to fight him is nothing new. But. I digress. If you listen to Olivia Rodrigo's music, I think it's perfectly fine for her to shake ass.
Let's
she wants
get
to-
some context real quick. Olivia Rodrigo is headlining a major festival. She headlined her first one in Chile.
Festival run. Yep. Lollapalooza,
And
Chile.
at Lollapalooza,
Yo,
Chile.
this is another thing. Sorry for cutting you off. Another
No,
like
I've cut you off like 10
you
times.
know, you miss the internet for one day, whatever. You know AAVE, like African American Vernacular English, like AAVE terms. It's a lot of like slang terms are technically AAVE, where it's like they
Okay.
derive from Black people, right? And African American culture, and there was so many replies under anything Olivia Rodrigo that was like Olivia Rodrigo, Lollapalooza, Chili, whatever. That was like hating on her for the random use of AAVE, and I watched the clip for like I watched different clips with like read tweets like 5 different times, and or my bad, not 5 different times. I meant for like 5 minutes straight, and like couldn't figure it out, and then finally today it clicked to where they're just saying Chili like the country, but they mean people using like the word chill but spelled like chili as like slang.
What?
It's another thing where it's like if you're off the internet for one day, it makes no sense. It was driving me insane because I was like, why is Olivia getting so much hate for this? And
For
now I realize
saying-
it's all just a joke, and
I
I'm the
see.
fucking idiot. Anyways, continue.
Sorry.
Festival
so yes,
run. She's in Lollapalooza.
she's in a
Chili.
festival run. She's doing Lollapalooza, and for I want to say I don't think it's Bad Idea.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is Bad Idea, right? She goes on the catwalk.
Not that I know. I haven't like seen that clip that much.
You know, that's crazy because you said that clip was like 10 hours long.
I think mine was just like bugged.
But yeah, for Bad Idea, she goes down the catwalk. She's at the end of the catwalk, and she just turns around and she shakes her ass. Well, not like twerk. She kind of like goes one side, two side, one side, two side.
She's wearing. Oh my god!
Yes.
How many Lollapaloozas are happening? I looked up
Yeah,
Bad
there's
Idea.
one
Right,
happening
Olivia
today.
Rodrigo performing at Lollapalooza, Argentina. The
Which
only
also,
Lala that I
feel
knew
like
was
it's
Chicago.
so
but
early.
Shout out Lala. Anyways, yeah, I think if you listen to Olivia Rodrigo lyrics, it's kind of like Sabrina Carpenter, where like people, which is a big part of this fight, where people, a large part of them actually being Olivia Rodrigo stans, were attacking Sabrina Carpenter for having sexually suggestive themes in her performances. And sexually suggestive dances, et cetera, and slut shaming her and calling her this, that, the other thing. And so now there's a big fight of like, oh, what now? Olivia Rodrigo stands like, nah, your fave's doing it. I think if you listen to either of these people's music, listen, all artists in the world, music, it just is what it is. There are gonna be fans who are kids. It just
Yes.
kids are gonna listen to music. Everyone listens to music. It happens. But if
call
you,
me crazy, I'm gonna cut you off here. Like, you know what? You continue because you might just say what I'm saying. Go.
I was gonna say, if you listen to the lyrics, like she has sexually suggestive lyrics. It's not that. It's not like she's making music for kids.
I think it's bad if the kid knows what they're referencing.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Because like I think back to my childhood, I think I mentioned this. Like CeeLo Green, like there's like he had a song that was like, "But fuck you," but they had the radio censored version, or like I was singing songs about fucking a lady without knowing that I was singing songs about fucking a lady till I became older.
Yeah.
Yes. But I feel like it's this
it?
weird space where like Sabrina like I am a woman, yes.
Yes.
And
Hello, woman.
hello,
It's
I know you
time
don't
for
speak
the
to
woman
many.
Opinion. Well, I speak to plenty of women.
Like I don't like as also a content creator, I get sexualized a lot. And it's kind of like these big stream pop artists are kind of being like, it's okay to sexualize me. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I'm proud of my body and who I am. And like you can't take that away from me. And like for Sabrina Carpenter's sake, for her doing the Juno poses, it's more like because it's sex poses. If anyone doesn't know, it's just like sex is very like not talked about from a woman's perspective. Like during like school in like grade 6, you kind of only get them like male wear a condom and that's about it. So it's like nice to see like in the public eye
Mhm.
someone being like sex positive, being like this is normal, instead
Yeah,
of being ashamed of it.
not even just like from a health class perspective, just in all of the world, like pop culture and the public view and stuff for a very long time. Sex is very normalized for men to talk about, but not women.
Sorry. I think I became very well known for picking up people's shifts, as somebody earlier today asked me if I want their Sunday shift, and I just got texted, "Hey, you want my Friday shift?" That caught me very off guard.
You picked up a shift instead of hanging out with me when I was in Canada. So yeah, actually, you are known for that.
Yeah, I
Snake.
like money.
Snake. No, I'm just playing.
um,
But yeah, like just overall in pop culture, the public eye, in the world, yeah, I just feel like sex isn't normalized to talk about, especially by women. Um,
also,
so
I hung out with you in the morning that day.
I know, I'm joking.
I want to say on the record straight.
Um,
I woke up earlier to hang out with you, and then I went
s-
after work
so-
to hang out with you again.
so, so where was I? Yeah, I mean, like if any
Back to
person,
sex.
if any person wants to be sex positive, like it's their own right to be. Um, and I don't think that Sabrina Carpenter or Olivia Rodrigo or any of these artists or people should be getting slut shamed just for talking about sex.
Yeah, but like at the same time, like I don't think they should get slut shamed. No, but at the same time,
Mhm.
like if I was a parent, I wouldn't want my
Mhm.
child to see that.
Yeah,
And like,
but that's the thing of where it's like the barrier of the parent needs to be paying attention to the music, the themes, the this
yeah,
that the other thing, and uh, knowing
but
like
it's
you shouldn't go to a Sabrina Carpenter concert, and also like Olivia
yeah.
Rodrigo, too. Yeah, I guess she had like some dances on her tour that could be sexually suggestive,
The
but
only
like
one that really
this
was kind of obsessed.
yeah, that's what I mean. And the extent of this is like at a music festival, which I don't even think kids can get
I don't
into,
think
but they
the
shouldn't.
tree actually.
They shouldn't be getting into.
Yeah, no, but like, what's it called? But at the same time, though, like, I do love Billy. Like, I don't think a child would know what "eat a girl for lunch" means.
Yeah, a
And that
child is
she's
not going to
pulling.
understand what's going on in oxytocin.
Yeah, but like, and like, I wouldn't say like, but I would still let them go to a Billy concert because she doesn't like.
Yeah,
She's
I mean,
well,
that
to be fair, Happier Than Ever though she did do some like during like Therefore I no, was it Therefore I Am? Yeah, I think it's Therefore I Am. She's like got on her knees and shit, but
that's just part of parenting again. Like it's not the artist's
me and
job.
John, two real parents talking about this right now.
It's not the artist's job to parent your kids, and
Mhm.
if you pay attention to their themes and their music, their lyrics, if you pay attention to what they're doing on tours and stuff, just don't bring your kid
But at
if
the
it's
same
not something you want
time,
your kid to be present for.
I do think like men also in general are just kind of nasty.
Oh, men are
Like,
disgusting.
yeah. So it's like,
Men are horrible.
why? I guess like, why would you like? I don't know. Shake your ass on camera for like you'll know like the
Why would you
repercussions
subject
kind
yourself
of
to that?
vibe. Like I guess in
The
my head
problem.
also with streaming and like the streamer world is that I think like for example like Sabrina Carpenter, there's so many deepfakes of her now doing poses and shit.
Mhm.
Like that's my initial thought is just like how
Yeah,
AI will just
the problem with that, and I think some of the thought process, again, I'm a man, so I don't really
we
know what
get
I'm
both
talking about.
perspectives.
I don't really know what I'm talking about, but from the outside looking in, this is how I can imagine it, is like the problem is, and the unfortunate part of the world is like that's happening regardless. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
men are going to sexualize women just for existing as women. Men now with AI and stuff like that have made deep fakes of streamers, singers, whatever, who don't do sexually suggestive content. Like, it just happens anyways. So if they want to make music about being sex positive, or in their performances do dances, Sabrina Carpenter positions, whatever it may be, if they want to own their sex life, their sex positivity, whatever the phrasing might be, I feel like they have a right to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying,
yeah.
like, I am not shaming them. I think it's
Yeah.
like, I'm not against it. Like,
you just can't
like,
imagine
like I'll
you
still
doing it.
exactly, like, you would not find me doing Juno poses on
And that's where it's
Twitch.
just like a case by case basis,
But I do feel like right now that's kind of like the trend. Like, for example, like Billy has a song about lunch, Chapel Roan, The Giver, Tate McRae Sports Car, all of Sabrina Carpenter's album. Olivia Rodrigo doesn't really have that.
I mean, not even just. Sorry, this is like not the detail I should be latching onto, but not even just Sports Car. Most of Tate McRae's album.
Oh, I've only listened to Sports Car.
Oh.
Well, actually, that's okay. That's a lie. I've listened to Sports Car. I'm okay. That's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. And Revolving Door.
I mean, even in Revolving Door, she goes, "Shut it down, then I try, and you come,
I don't know the words
around,
yet.
fuck me good, fuck me up, then I gotta move towns. How do I
maybe
get
I shouldn't
from
play
a
that with my
gym to your
mom.
couch?" That's not a detail I should have been latching onto because it gets us nowhere. But it's just, I don't know. I thought of it when you were listening it. But yeah, I see what you mean, where like the trend in music right now is trending a bit more sexual. But
like also that's
Olivia,
the pop girlies. Like I feel like
they're gonna own that.
In the like one thing I don't like about rap is that it's just kind of sexualizing women the whole time. That's like
yeah, that's another weird thing, is it's so normal I actually thought about this a lot because like I guess I figued out I don't have a problem with it. But when I was trying to figure out if I had a problem with sexual music or not, because I didn't really like a lot of Chapel Roan, I kind of thought about how like rap, it's so normal. Like you don't even think about it. You don't even like bat an eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Playboi Carti album.
Not again. After last podcast, he made me listen to one song and I hated it.
No, I played you a bad song on purpose, okay? The album's fine.
And I still haven't heard anything good. But
the album's fine.
But yeah,
it's just crazy how it's like so normalized, but then like the pop girlies do it, and it has to be. But such
maybe it's because the pop girlies that I listen to, which is Billie Eilish, Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo, like before they were really pop girlies, they were sad girlies, and they're no longer that sad. And maybe that's my struggle with this whole thing, is that they'd be like happy. What the fuck?
Yeah, but you also don't like sad music anymore. At least you claimed that you don't.
I don't listen to sad music as much as I used to. But, like, I don't really want to listen to them. Like, my issue currently right now is that I just don't know what to play while I'm in the car with my mom.
So you had a, I think my joke went over your head one stream, and I don't know why.
To be fair, whenever anyone says to me on stream, I don't understand what they're saying.
I just remembered this because we're talking about this, but you saying like so many of these songs nowadays, like that's kind of like what it's trending to, right? You had a stream that like, I don't know if it was in the starting or whatever, but when I went into stream, the first song that I heard and the second song that I heard,
it's all the horny songs. Yeah.
No, not even just horny. It was like such a specific. The first one was Sports Car, right, which is about having sex in a car.
Yes.
And then Addison Rae Diet Pepsi came on, which is also about having sex in a car. And I was like, it's really funny. What?
I don't listen to Addison Rae's lyrics.
When you drive in your car, I'm your baby. Living on my innocence in the backseat.
Wait, it's not about her drinking Diet Pepsi?
Nope.
This is shocking.
It's not just a Pepsi ad. But yeah, it was the first time too that I like put together that both of those songs are about having sex in the car. And I think it's funny now that we're talking about how that's like the trend for music, because yeah, it even extends outside the main pop girlies. Addison Rae, she's dropping bangers like that too.
Yeah. And like I said, when I was little, this was still going on. I think it's just that
Yeah,
it's now my artists that I've been listening to.
One of the biggest ones too is like that I always thought of. I, as a kid, and even for a long time as an adult, I don't know when I found out the meaning, but like I didn't know "Cake by the Ocean" was about sex.
Oh yeah, no, they really had that.
I just like I always hated that song. I thought it was like really annoying,
Cake
but
by
yeah,
ocean.
yeah, it's like
What? What?
I opened up the lyrics. I'll be Diddy.
Oh, yeah, no, he censored that. Yeah, no, he changed that now. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not.
Sorry. Still haven't really paid attention to the lyrics of "Cake by the Ocean." That just got me really off guard. That was a natural reaction.
As it says in TikTok, fuck P Diddy.
The final thing that I'll leave this with is I'm really happy that Olivia Rodrigo is going on a festival tour, because it feels like the queen is back and she's setting all these fucking other pop girlies in their place, because Olivia Rodrigo is that bitch. I don't mean to be if you look at Sour, like Guts is like good, right? It's like pretty good. But if you look at Sour and like the amount of records that it holds and set and broke, being an 11-song debut album from just some fucking High School Musical, the musical, the series, Disney girl, like, bro, she was that pop bitch.
I think that's also the main issue with her doing that, is that she just came out of Disney. Like,
I guess Sabrina has been out for some time.
She's been out for like a while.
Yeah.
But like Olivia left Disney to do music, kind of vibe.
Yeah,
but,
I guess I can get that.
Yeah, no, I'm more like Sabrina Carpenter is doing her Short and Sweet tour, which mostly means she'll do a festival headlining thing next year. And then I'm thinking Tate McRae will probably do it too. Even though they are doing some festivals, but I'm just like,
I don't know if you know about this. I found this out from Chelsea Cutler, because big Chelsea Cutler fan. That's my goat, and I always see her in New York City, right? And there was a year that she announced a tour, and she didn't have any shows in New York, and it was weird because she lives in New York City and is very pro New York City, and it was like, what is going on? And I remember she was the first time I'd ever heard anyone talk about this, but apparently when artists do festivals, there's like some deal or agreement, or it's like written in or something, where like they can't do shows in the same area. Around that there's like a certain time period that they can't do shows in that area because they're doing the festival. So
I know that like for Gracie Abrams, people knew she was doing Osheaga because she didn't have that. She had that date coincidentally cut out.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I think you're onto the right track, where it's like the people that we're looking at that are going on these big tours, like Sabrina and stuff like that, obviously aren't gonna make a festival run, so you shouldn't expect to see them announced in a ton of festivals. But like Olivia Rodrigo, she was off a tour, completely free. Boom, she could headline all these. She can play her bangers.
Because I was like with Billie, she just finished Happy on the Ever tour. Well, COVID was happening, and then she did her festival tour, and then album came out, kind of vibe. But it was more like the prices of the festival I go to has gone up, and they're gonna keep going up, and then I'm losing the accessibility that I have now because she's graduating. You guys don't know, my best friend lives nearby it, and she's already moving, so it's already now becoming like from a 10-minute commute to the festival to an hour commute. So, and this is the 1 year I actually want to stay for all the headliners. So it's like, actually, maybe not all the headliners. Actually, no, most of them.
Then you gotta pay an hour Uber.
No, subway and train. Yeah, but it's like
other countries have good public transport. It's not America.
Yes. But now it's just like longer though. At
it like costs
midnight.
more and longer.
Exactly.
More of an investment. And then like in the future, if you want to keep making Osheaga like a yearly thing, that now becomes way more expensive because you have to get a hotel.
Yeah. And like now I have this issue where I want my best friend to move back, But at the same time, why Oceania going to be cheaper? I would like to see my best friend more than once a year, but cheaper when I see her twice a year. However, we really should make a Patreon, man.
Yeah. No, not even. Yo, there's my favorite podcast. I'm not saying we're doing this because some weeks we barely. Not that we don't want to do it, but we're just like
Again,
busy.
I'm gonna go to school.
Yeah. So you know what? Maybe we will. But my favorite podcast right now. Surprising. I guess The Yard is there for legacy, but like my current favorite podcast is shout out Will and Rusty.
Who the fuck?
It's Playdate by Will and Rusty. And they recently switched to, they don't have like a Patreon for a second episode. They do 2 episodes a week.
Oh.
And they also weirdly space them because they do one on Monday and one on Wednesday. So there's only a 1-day gap, and then the rest of the week is just empty. But god damn, bro. You know what? This comes to the same thing as like weekly releases of shows. Podcasts should have made me open my eyes and realize I love that so much more, because like, damn, bro, I look forward to days when podcasts come out. I go to work, and even though I
need to drive to work and listen to my podcast.
Yeah, I go to work
because it's like perfectly time where I watch like the Spotify one on the way there, and then I listen to the Patreon one on the way home.
Yeah, I go to work, and then I try to make sure that all of the team leads who care too much about their job are gone, and I can finally pop a headphone in, and then I'm like, it's Wednesday. Guess what that means? That means fucking. You know what? That's just gonna do ads for like a bunch of podcasts. Y'all gotta pay me for that.
It's our podcast
it means a bunch,
day. No, it's not.
It means a bunch of podcasts just dropped, so then I'm hyped.
Mm-hmm. The only reason why I say Patreon is because first of all, we do that kind of hearts. Second of all, we don't have to just do a podcast. Like we can do other things. Like, and also copyright wise, like we could just watch a movie and you could listen. You could first of all have a free movie. Second of all, get our commentary on the free movie.
Yeah.
Like I see so many.
Actually, I don't know how that works. Maybe The Yard's just big enough that they couldn't do it, but they had to do a thing where like they don't show the movie and just react, and then like.
Oh, maybe you know what? I think that might be what it is. But you can play copyright music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can play like videos or something. And I know people do like TV show reactions, so maybe
because that's like a girl that I follow. She does TV reactions, but I don't follow her Patreon, so I don't know how she does it exactly.
Nah, but I know people who do TV reacts, but they put the show on the Patreon. So you know what? I don't freaking know. We'll figure it out.
I don't know. We've been saying we'll make a Patreon, but we never do make a Patreon. And then at the same time, the Patreon would be probably like $1.
If you can fucking make music, hit me up, bro. I need a jingle.
If anyone can make our Patreon, not Patreon, sorry, our podcast jingle, please.
I need a
Fiverr sucks ass.
I need a fucking jingle. You know what? Shout out all you grinders on Fiverr. I hope y'all got like a livable wage and you know can support yourselves and your families. But holy shit, bro! I don't even know because to look at. I just look at.
You learn it. GarageBand.
Dude, I've thought about that, but like.
Because I downloaded GarageBand, tried to, gave up.
Shit, bro. I can only make, like, bad white boy raps. So if we want
Y'all
one of those...
want a white boy rap intro?
We want a bad white boy rap for the intro. Shit. Let me turn the fuck up.
Yeah. Because So if anyone knows how to make music, we're thinking, like, a retro, vintage kind of vibe. You listen this far, you can get this info. We should probably end. I need to eat dinner. It's been 2 hours since it's been ready. We apologize for John disconnecting and me muting.
Yeah,
if you heard my mom yell at me.
The majority of it went fine now.
Yeah, the beginning I was like, oh.
We appreciate you guys though.
We're gonna go to bed. It's 11.
Bye-bye.
Oh, sorry, I have to end.
Yep.
Yeah, bye.
Thanks for listening.
I kind of was just like, are you gonna end it?